the bills choke. The bills choke, if you know what I mean.
If I no laugh, I go cry. So it's better I laugh, even if I have to force it.
Hey, hello, my name is Annette. Welcome and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the harsh reality of living in the UK. This video was inspired by a video that another creator made. She was talking about another country, and I was like, I was going to make the UK version as well, right? And yeah, let's get right into the video without wasting too much time. Right, you know how they say people that are abroad, you know, they are very rich, they are very wealthy, you know, they are balling, they are this, they are that. They play. They play.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like and comment. Thank you.
The first harsh reality for me was the weather. Oh my god. So if you know me personally, you will know that I don't like cold. I don't like cold. Like in my office space back in Nigeria, my cubicle, any AC close to my cubicle, close to my office is always off. The air conditioning around me is always off. Even when my boss will come and be like, why is the AC off? Why is the this? I'll quickly go and put it on. Once it starts getting cold again, I will go and off it. That was my situation, you know. But coming to the UK, I even came during winter, like winter. That was when I came. I was like, are you serious? Is this going to be my new reality? What are we talking about here? It was difficult. So I literally, like, I had to learn how to layer my clothes. You know, in Nigeria, you just wear your normal clothes and you keep it moving. But here, you have to layer. You have to wear your winter jacket. You have to use scarf. Sometimes you have to wear gloves. You know, it's actually that cold. For me, that was the first harsh reality. Yes. So another one is the job market. You know how they will tell you in Nigeria, obviously, like, getting a job in Nigeria is like, maybe if you don't have connection, or if you get a job, is by the special grace of God. In the UK is a little bit challenging, even though it's not as bad as back home. But getting a job here is unfortunately will just be flying up and down. You literally, like, check your mails like this and you'll be saying unfortunately back to back. In fact, at some point you start doubting yourself. Do you get? It is that bad. And they are very heavy on UK experience. They don't care about your qualification. If you like, have a PhD, have a master's, have whatever, they don't really send you for here. They are very heavy on what you bring to the table, what experience do you have, what can you do for us, and all of that. So the harsh reality was that the job market is not that great. In fact, the particular lady, she was talking about experience, you know, the job market here in the UK, and she was like, she stayed for 6 months before she got a job. And luckily for her, she's married, so her husband's income was able to sustain them and all of that. So imagine if you don't have nobody supporting you, you don't have family, you don't have nothing. You don't want to know what the outcome is going to be, okay? So moving on to number 3, guys, I'm going to be talking about the bills. The bills. So for me, yeah, for instance, my accommodation is bills inclusive, so the heat doesn't really come to me like that. But I have friends that when they start complaining like this, that they brought council tax for them, the council tax is so much, you know, the electricity bill, the energy bill, the this and that. Bills is a lot you are going to pay. Do you understand? Funnily, you can even be earning, by the time you remove your rent, you remove your council tax, you remove your energy bill, you remove your this, you remove your that, at the end of the day, you know, like I always say, if you've seen my first video that I talked about why I like living in London as a single lady in her 30s, I'm going to be linking it here. I said that if you don't live above your means, you are going to be okay, right? You are going to be fine. So basically, I feel that if you can cut down on certain things, you will still be okay to an extent. So for some people, their rent takes like 60%, well, 60%, some people 70% save off. You know, by the time they finish paying their rents, they finish paying their bills, pay this. For those that even have cars as well, you know, maybe the husband has a car, the wife has a car. By the time they finish paying everything, at the end of the day, they may not even have savings. So when you see somebody sending you money, just be thanking God, because that person sacrificed, you know, to be able to give you that money. So you really have to appreciate them. So the bills choke, the bills choke, the bills choke, if you know what I mean. Okay. Number 4. So I'm Nigerian, I am African, so I'm going to be talking about African food. African food is expensive, right, compared to, like, you know, what you have here. I'm even going to say this: food is not that expensive in the UK. Yeah, when it comes to like chicken, this that, like, food is not that expensive. I think that food is the least of our problem. Yeah, if you take like £20 to the store, obviously, like me, I'm single. Even if you're married, you will take like 20, 40 pound, 50 pound to a store, you are going to buy a lot of things, if you know what I mean. So food is not really our problem. But when it comes to African food, African food, so me, like, I love to eat our local food. So there are times I'll go to the market, I want to buy like egusi. I go to an African store, egusi, you'll be seeing small egusi like this, you'll be seeing the price tag, you'll be like, I don't understand. So the time I wanted to eat vegetable soup, you know, I was just cooking kale. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Is it kale? I'm going to type it up here. And kale is like really is really good for vegetable. But I really wanted to like try our local like shoko, what is that other Yoruba leaf that we can use for vegetable? Tell me why that leaf was like £2.99. I know with vegetable it shrinks. I don't know, ladies can relate with this, you know, it shrinks, and you have to buy like 2 or 3 of that thing, of that vegetable. How much is that one already? I don't understand. I've not bought pepper, I've not bought tomato, I've not bought fish. Another time I went to buy smoked fish, they gave me one, like they said it was £5. Like, are you joking? Are we playing here? Do you understand? So I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy the fresh one, and I'm going to fry it. Do you understand? So I feel that there are ways you can actually like manage and just pull through. If you have people, like if you have relatives that come into the UK, you can just tell them to like get you like African food from home. I think that is better. I think I'm wasting too much time on this food, but the long and short is that African food is expensive, if you know what I mean. Okay, so next up is the social life. The social life here is literally zero. People are lonely, they are depressed, people keep to themselves all the time. You will know how in Nigeria there's that vibes, you know, your neighbor, you know, even as guys, as ladies, after work you can decide to hang out, you know. Basically there's a lot of bonding time, which I feel like makes your life experience very rich. You know, you are very happy, you're very bubbly. That doesn't apply here. You cannot finish work and say you want to go, and is it when people are looking for like 2 jobs to do so that they can keep up with the bills, that they will now go to one place and go and want you to be chilling? I don't understand. Or you are even exhausted, like you are exhausted from that day's work, that you just want to go home and sleep. Where do you want to have time to say you want to do this, you want to do that? But the thing is that it takes a lot of intentionality. That's why I said, if you're even lucky to have good friends, you guys can like plan hangouts, you know, do things like that, which will actually help keep you sane, you know. In Nigeria, you can have like your colleagues, you can have like birthday parties, housewarming, weddings, things like that. You know, there's always something happening. But here, I am sorry. It's not like we don't have, but it's not as much as you have in Nigeria. Do you understand? So me, when I hear that there's a party coming up, I used to try and attend, because maybe in a year you only get to attend like 2 or 3 parties, you know, as compared to back home, if you know what I mean. So you really have to be very intentional about your social life here. The social life is, you know, makes sense, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it is what it is. Our culture differs, and in the UK you have people from different culture in your place of work, where you live, you know. So for instance, now you have to be calling people by their first name. Even this was something that I knew, but like practicing it, you know, like back home they're like, oh, when you're abroad they call people by their first name. You know, our own culture doesn't support that. So coming here, having to call your bosses by their first name, or someone that is obviously older, someone that is a 90-year-old woman, a 90-year-old man, you'll be calling them by their first name. Maybe Samuel. Like, I don't understand. Where is the respect? But that's their culture, and you have to abide by it. Also, when you tell someone sorry, something that you don't make them to fall down, they will tell you, why are you saying sorry? Do you understand? So yeah, that's another. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but obviously, like, is the cultural difference part of it. So you have to really be careful of what you see. If not, you will get into trouble. For me, another thing is the housing situation as well for the UK. In London, I say in London, so I'm talking about London. The houses here are really small, you know. I watch out tours of houses in like the US, in Canada, in Australia. You will see houses like this, you know. Those houses are expensive. Oh, we're not even playing here. Those houses are expensive, but like it's very spacious. They have pantries. They have like closets. They have different places. But here, eh, they play. Where do you want to see it? People outside London, they're even still enjoying, because I used to have a friend that stays in Petersburg, and when I went to their house, the house was quite spacious. It was not as spacious as the one that I see in the US anyways, and the rent was quite cheap as well. The house was really spacious. So I think people that live outside London, they have, you know, kind of spacious houses, but London is not. And also the houses here are quite old. Gosh, they are old. You will see a house that is over 100 years old. Yes, houses that are over 100 years old, you see it here. So there was a time I was looking for a place to rent. So they took me to this house. So when I got to the house, I was like, this house, you get that CB. This house, do you understand? So they were like, the house has underground. Obviously, like, they will show me around the house, the room I'm going to be staying. They show me the kitchen, show me like the living area and all of that. So they were like, oh, the place also has an underground in case I have like extra storage. I said, eh. So they're now showing me one place. I said, I don't want to. Like, I was so scared. They can literally like kill you in that place and nobody's going to know. Do you understand? So they're telling me that the house is over 100 years old. It's not me and you people. So houses here can be very, very old. Yes, so yes, that's what it is. I just wanted to say that regarding the house. And also, like, you know how in Nigeria you have your house, you have like parking spaces, you can park. Here, people park on the road. They park on the road in London. Outside London, I'm trying to remember. So people park, they just park on the road, and the roads are very tiny. Do you understand? The roads are very tiny. The people park on the road, so it's just a lot. But obviously, like, we are used to it. If people are managing, there's nothing anybody can do about that, if you know what I mean. The thing I want to mention is the health system. So here, you register with the GP when you come, and getting an appointment can be very difficult. Getting an appointment can be very difficult. You know, in Nigeria, you just go to the hospital, you see the doctor, they write drugs, they write. Here, they don't just write drugs, so they don't just write drugs for you. They want to identify what the problem is. So they want to run tests, they want to run this, they want to run that. And before you even see the doctor, there are times you want to call your GP like this. You'll be on the call, they will tell you number 40 something. Maybe they resume at 9, and you're calling at 9, maybe 9:02. Now they tell you that you have 40 something on the line. Yeah, but before you see doctor, you will see Pepe. You will see Pepe. The only time they will attend to you swiftly is when you have an emergency. Maybe like an ambulance comes to your house to pick you. And even if you get to the hospital safe, it's not like they're going to attend to you like promptly. It's not like they're going to attend to you like sharp, sharp, sharp like that. So the healthcare system, even though it's very great, you know, they will treat you well, you know, but I just feel like the wait time is quite the challenge. But yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, I've come to the end of the video. I know there are some things I may have mentioned and some I may not have mentioned, but feel free to drop a comment, tell me what you feel. And it was really good. I'm happy that I made this video. I'm excited. If you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say this is the first time I'm recording with a camera, and I'm just saying this so that I can document this. So thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, very important, and share as well. Thank you. I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.